my people around me, everybody living good, everybody eating good, everybody should. And I thank God for each and every one of you who are tuned into the broadcast. God bless you, Antoine. We thank God for each and every one of you that are tuned into this. This is my financial health show, and I am Dr. Niki V. And lives do change here. And we're excited because we know that God is going to do some great things in this ministry and in this broadcast. And we do thank God for all of you who have been tuning in, who've been listening in, who have been interested in being a part of what God is doing right here and right now. We are excited really to be able to talk to you about how we can build Kingdom Wall Street. Right? We want to set up a network of believers, a network of people. And I really want to be able to help engineer or be the catalyst for us coming together as people in unity and making a difference in our community. We've got some things and some plans that we want to do, and I definitely would love to see you all be a part of it. Now, in order to be a part of this network, I do need to do an interview, a speaking to. We need to sit down and have a conversation. So if you are interested in being a part of the network, text the word network to 954-554-6755. Text the word network to 954-554-6755. And we'll call you and we'll sit down. Mostly we do this over Zoom, so I won't be in your face. You won't be in my face. And we will talk about and we will do an exchange and we will get things together. I do want to be able to be in a conversation with you all. I want to learn more about you, and I want to share a little bit more about myself so that we can build a community, a team, a kingdom, and a guts kingdom, if you will. And in this kingdom guts, it's, Gospel United to Save, Givers United to Serve, getting unstoppable team success. Whichever guts fits your situation. I need a team, I need a group, I need a people, I need a remnant that is willing to stand and be a part of that. And so we're going to deal with generational wealth. We're going to deal with protecting your family. We're going to deal with making sure that we take all of the steps and all the precautions that are necessary. Too many of us don't know how money works. Too many of us don't know what to do with our money. So many of us are not educated in how to do things. So I really believe that it is important. Hey, Latoya. Hey, Angela. That we establish a certain getting together. And I really, this month of January, I have a special going on in terms of what business that I am actually promoting. But there are other things that I want to promote, which is, some mechanics that I have that are very good mechanics who will come. They're, car doctors that'll come to your house. Various other things. And so what I'm doing again is setting up a network of believers that maybe you've got something. Maybe you're doing candles now. Maybe you're making jewelry. Maybe you're whatever you're doing. Hey, whatever you're doing, I want to be able to help and we build each other up. Right? That's why guts, it's Gospel United Save, it's Givers United to Serve, but it's also getting unstoppable team success. We're going to get unstoppable team success. And I want to see this success come forward like the noonday. I want to see us really be able to reach great strides and establish great rapport. I want us to be a network and a net worth that is able to command some respect, cause people to really kind of stop and listen. And I want us to help those who can't help themselves. I want to be able to reach back and build up people. I want to be able to do like Jesus did, where we look beyond the faults and see the need. In other words, we can see the purpose or the value in the people, because everyone has a purpose and everyone has value. Everyone has something they can contribute, something that makes this whole thing work best. And so we want to build body ministry or kingdom ministry, so that we can have the body operating and functioning as it should, healthy, with every part functioning like it ought to. And we're going to be able to have things like block parties and various other events. So I'm hoping and I'm believing that many of you will join with me and be with me as we come together as a kingdom network. And I thank God for Willie. God bless you, sir. I appreciate you, man of God, doing a great job. And so I really love to be able to make things really work out. And I think God is going to do something fantastic and dynamic in the body of Christ. So I'm expecting God to do great things. And I believe we're going to be able to pray each other's through, but we're also going to be able to have actionable, right? And I'm not saying that prayers are not power or that prayers don't work. I'm saying that many of us pray and then just don't bother anymore. We don't do anything. And that's not how it should be. Some of us pray for healing from diabetes, but we still want to eat all the sugar that there is. Pray for healing from our high blood pressure and heart disease, but we want to have all the fat and fried food that there is. I know somebody said, she can't be talking like this. This is my financial health show. Why is she talking about her body? And I'm talking about that because you want God to heal you, but you do the things that are counterproductive to your healing. And the same thing happens with finances. You want God to make you wealthy, but you spend your money improperly. You don't know how money works. You don't know how to budget. You don't know how to invest. You don't know what to do with the money you have. You don't know how to make your money make money. You don't know how to be in business. You don't have an entrepreneur spirit. You'd rather live in poverty than live in prosperity. You'd rather be on disability than be financially free. You understand what I'm trying to say? And I'm not knocking disability. I understand disability very well. However, what's better? Being the head or being the tail? What's better? Being worried as to whether or not the government paycheck is going to come in, or knowing that you've got a stream of income that's coming in because you've made smart decisions and smart choices? Too long we have missed out on what we're supposed to do. We've missed out on being properly licensed, properly set up. We don't really know what's going on, and we want to know why we're suffering. It's because we fail to know the things that we need to know. God bless you, Elijah. We must make sure that we are informed, that we are educated, that we are transformed, that we have the understanding. And God has given us the power to get wealth. He's given us the understanding. He desires for us to prosper and be in good health, even as our soul prosper. And so with this kingdom network, with this kingdom Wall Street, I want us to be powerful holistically. We have good health. We have good finances. We have good spirit. We're able to cast out demons and they flee. We're able to speak and decree and command health and wellness. We're able to have those counselors and those mental health counselors available to people who need mental health. Hello, yes ma'am. You have to be a good steward with all that God blesses you with. Well, real quick, I'm going to take a little break and then we'll be right back. But we thank God for each and every one of you listening in. If you want to be a part of the Kingdom Wall Street, if you want to be a part of the network, text network to 954-554-6755. That's 954-554-6755. I'm Nikki V, Dr. Nikki V, and this is my financial health show, and lives do change right here. asking you, Lord, please. Change it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yeah, do it. Change it. Yes, do it. Fix it. Change it. Fix it. Change it. Fix it. Do it. Fix it. Change it. Again. Do it. Fix it. Yeah, Lord, yeah, Lord, do it for me again. Do it, change it, fix it for me again. By the way, y'all, this is the My Financial Health Show. I am Dr. Nikki V, and lives do change here. And we do thank God for you all. Happy New Year. And this is January. We are in the month of January. And we do thank God for all of you who are listening up, and we hope that you will be a part of our Kingdom Network. If you want to be a part of the Kingdom Network, the Kingdom Wall Street, the resource and the source for everything, so that we're going to be that strong tower where the righteous can run in and are safe. We're going to be that section or that world, that place in the world where people who are able to come in and be built up, to be made, to be able to dominate or occupy until he comes, right? Because too long the body of Christ has not occupied. We've allowed ourselves to get in a place where we do crazy stuff and don't really do what God's calling for. And so if you want to be a part of that Kingdom Network, Kingdom Wall Street, if you want to be a part of what God is doing during this hour, during this time, and being ready to really fulfill the scriptures, and you want to have the I guess the audacity to stand up to the powers that be, because you are no longer needing their help, but they're needing yours, right? Kingdom mentality is this: we ought to be a source of light, and we ought to be the head and not the tail. In other words, they shouldn't be telling us how to do. We should be telling them how to do. We should have all of the great scientists. We should have all of the great information. We should have all of the great know-how. In other words, we carry with us the answer, and we want to negate everything, but everything is not evil, right? As a matter of fact, most things, because if I read the Bible correctly, all things were made by him and for him, and there was nothing made that was not made that was not for God. So if everything was made for him and by him, then the things aren't evil. It's the way we use them that's evil. Money's not evil. The love of money is, right? The love of money is the root of all evil, because we do whatever we can to get money, and that's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to understand how money works. not only in this earth, but how money works in the spiritual realm. How to sow, how to plant, how to reap, how to harvest, how to cause other people to be able to be built up so that they can sow and they can reap and they can harvest, how to produce and cause others in our communities to be able to produce and be able to be producers, how to have a spirit of giving rather than of receiving. And God bless you, Pastor Salter. God bless you, sir. We must be born again, of course. And when we're born again, we are born new, right? If any man be in Christ, he's a new creature. Behold, all things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. And in the newness, sometimes we learn the wrong things, or we don't learn the right things. And oftentimes we're trained in the traditions of men, and there's nothing wrong with the traditions of men, and there's really nothing wrong with religion, but there's wrong with the traditions of men and the religion of men that does not line up with the true religion and the true tradition, right? Because the Israelites had strayed so far from the truth that when Jesus brought it, they said, "You've come to destroy the law." Now, what they really meant was, you've come to destroy us. You've come to destroy our authority. You've come to destroy our power. And so Jesus said, no, I came to fulfill it. And so in this kingdom move that in this financial health show, in this financial health service, in this holistic health service, I don't come to destroy the law, but I come to make it so that we can, as children of God, as the body of Christ, fulfill it. That we can actually fulfill the purpose of God. He said a city that's set upon the hill cannot be hid. He wants us to be the richest. He wants us to be the wealthiest. He wants us to be the top. He wants us to be, I know somebody said, wait. You're confusing me. You said you don't do the prosperity message. No, I don't do it in the prosperity message way. In other words, I'm not just wishing you poof a new car. I'm not wishing you poof a brand new house. I'm talking about prosperity in such a way that holistically you are so sound, hey Karen, that you now possess a reality that most people are jealous of. Right? Because we know a lot of very rich people who have a lot of money, who have the big car and the fine house, who are unhappy, who have no peace, who have no joy. But if I can, however, if I'm able to manifest for you a new way, a new and a living way, a way that falls in line with the very principles of Jesus Christ, a way that says, listen, Jesus said, I came that you might have this life, not the next now. The next is going to be, but I came that you might have this life, the one that you're in right now, and have it more abundantly. A more abundant living is not one where you're hiding in the shadows. A more abundant living is not one where you don't have the wherewithal to have a voice. A more abundant life is one where you are on top, where you are able to actually produce and do and be the very pinnacle, the very epitome. In other words, you're able to now attract those who are in need and those who have, because that's what Jesus did. He attracted those who needed his assistance, and he attracted the very wealthy. For the rich young ruler came and he said unto Jesus, dear master, good master, how can I inherit eternal life? And he says, wait, why are you calling me good? No one's good but the Father. However, he told him about following all the rules and following all the guidelines. And the young man said, of course, I've done all this since my youth. And he says, well, okay, so sell all you have and give it to the poor and come follow me. Oh, stop. Wait. So the wealth that we have is to be able to distribute. Now, I know somebody says that's a curse word in the United States of America, redistribution of wealth. That's communism, right? That's some kind of weird, nope, we're not doing that. Because I worked hard for mine. I'm capitalistic at heart, right? The love of money is the root of all evil. How much money do you actually need to be happy? What's the number? Where will you stop? Where will greed let you stop? However, if you are set up in a place where you understand how money works, and like in the New Testament, they had all things common, and no one lacked. Now, doesn't that sound better? Now, I know somebody said, no, I want to have the best. I want to be the top dog. I want to be... What kind of humility is that? What kind of whatever? So you'd rather be on top and watching your brothers and your sisters suffer them being able to, yeah, I'm not sure I get it. I'm not sure I understand how that works. I'm not sure that that makes sense to me. However, what I do want to remind you of is our theme song, and we're going to let that run, and then I'll be right back again for the other half, or the other half hour of my financial health show. I am Dr. Nikki V, and lives do change here. The number to text network to is 954-554-6755. Text the word network to 954-554-6755. I'd love for you to be a part of this network, that we might be able to bring kingdom to life. God bless you. We'll be right back after this. Talk about it, Angela. Go ahead, girl. Everybody doing well. If you want to join me, network 954-554-6755. Text the word network to 954-554-6755. All right, y'all, we're getting ready to go into the next half.
Experience the supernatural right here on 1520 AM WEXY, Wilton Manors, Oakland Park, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. The following is a paid advertisement. The sponsor is entirely responsible for its content.
around me living good, eating good. Everybody should. And yeah, so I wanted to let everybody know that we've got My Financial Health Show. This is the second half, and we do thank God for you all tuning in. We are grateful. I'm Dr. Nikki V, and this is My Financial Health Show, and lives change here. And we're able to change lives. And we thank God for that. And we are building a Kingdom Wall Street, if you will. Kingdom Network, and we would love for you all to join us in the network. If you'd like to be a part of the network, text the word network to 954-554-6755. We have lots going on, and I want to talk about a little bit what we've been taught, where our mindset is, what we've been told. Right? We've been told, and we've been taught, many of us from children, that do well in school, and you should. Right? I did well in school. Go to college. You should. I did. Go get a good job. I went to the military, did okay. Not necessarily the greatest job I've gotten, but hey, I didn't do bad. And then work for a good company. And if you do all of these things, you'll have your dream life, right? As someone who's 51 years old, I found out that that doesn't necessarily work like they tell you. It helps to keep us enslaved to an employee mentality, so that you can always be working to make somebody else's name great. You can be working to make somebody else do better, make somebody else get and achieve. And that mindset has been pervasive throughout churches, right? Right? And in churches, we have made it so that we set it up so that we make pastors kings. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't be treated well, but we work hard to build other ministries rather than just the ministry of Jesus Christ, because we don't come together as one. So then we're really building Johnny, Sue, Peggy Lee, and whatever else is ministry, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, except for when you understand the mindset, then we're really supposed to be building each other, because we are the commodity. We are, and we then can do greater works, because Jesus said, greater works shall you do once I leave. So we're going to be doing greater works because we can become, now with him gone and him giving us his spirit, giving us the power to do so, that we would now become the greater than, the better, the more, the larger, the ones that are able to do and produce more. But you can only produce more if you allow God to give you the power to do so. So many of us want to be the head and want to be the boss, and when we try to be the boss, we find ourselves bossing up people and putting people under our thumb. Put people under your thumb. Hey, elder, can you don't want to be that person. It is not a productive thing to decide that you're going to be the one who's pushing and putting people under your thumb. The more productive is when you're able to put power together. As a matter of fact, the more productive we ever were, or the most productive we ever were as a people, was when we were slaves in Egypt, right? But then we were able to build our own. We were able to come out with our own because we were able to unite as one. And that's really the key. The key is us being united as one. Or actually, the most productive we've ever been was the Tower of Babel. Right? Because in the Tower of Babel, we were ridiculously productive. We were so productive that God himself said, these people are so together that if we don't stop them, they're going to be able to do whatever they set their minds to do. Right? So I believe that if we're all connected to one another, and we are, and we operate as people connected together, then we're going to be able to see a great development take place. Why? Because no one's really worried about who gets the credit. We've already seen how destructive it is when someone wants to be in leadership and wants to be get all the credit, good, bad, or indifferent. They'll do things only for their glory and for their namesake. Now, I know somebody said, who's she talking about? Fill in the lines, color in the pictures. I'm not getting ready to say, because basically the time is up for that anyway. Basically, all I want to do is say, listen, we are to make a difference. So how does life look today? How are we? What are we really seeing in the world today? What is the climate of having been taught to be enslaved to an employer? What has been taught by not being people who help build each other up, by being in competitive jealousy and being competitors against one another. I know somebody says, well, it's brought out the best in us. Not really. I don't think so. Maybe the best in some, but not. And iron sharpens iron, but you're not supposed to be so much so that you make the others less. You're supposed to be enough, right? Dysfunction. You're supposed to be making people better. We're supposed to, my iron sharpen, and because I've gotten sharper, because I've gotten better, I now make you better. Trickle down economics didn't work because people don't know how to trickle down. It should work. In theory, it's a brilliant idea. But we've been so indoctrinated to send stuff up that never do we send things down. Once it goes up, it stays there. We don't send it back down. Thank you very much, my golden parachute, and I'm gone. Sorry for your life that your family and your children have been kicked out of the houses. Great big market been given, banks too big to fail. Banks got serious welfare, and yet somehow they didn't trickle it down to the people. And so they still were demanding, and I believe the Bible talks about that, where the guy got the ruler, he pardoned the guy for a bill that he owed, because the guy said, listen, help me out, man. Look, man, I'm suffering here, and I really can't pay. Right. I can't. And so what happened is he ended up giving him a pardon. He said, okay, look, I'm going to forgive you your debt. And so he forgave the guy the debt, and then the guy turned around and said, dude, you owe me money, and almost choked the man to death about the money. And so the ruler who gave him the break said, okay, forget about your break. Right? Because God does honor trickle down. If I've pardoned you, have mercy on somebody else. Let's make things common. Let's get things in common. So how does life look today? For millions of Americans, finding a job has gotten easier, but many are having a hard time finding one that comes with a good paycheck. Right? We're fighting right now for minimum wage. What's going to be minimum wage? And why do we have to fight for minimum wage? Why is it that we have? Because inflation, because of how money works. Right? Things cost more, but they don't pay us more. Because they want a cycle of debt. Because the cycle of debt causes the bigger people to have more money. Right? So how do we change this? How do we make this work? I mean, about 40% of Americans spend up to half their monthly income on debt payments. Because again, you might get a job. There are people who have jobs, working 40-hour work weeks, and are yet not able to lift their head above water. It's time. It's time to establish something new. That's the reason why Bitcoin became so big, because they said, let's just decentralize money. Let's do something. Let's start our own thing and take all these people who are in charge off of it and get ourselves in a place where we have some control, where we know that we can generate and build wealth. So let's generate and build wealth in the kingdom. Let's make things common. Let's get together. Let's unite. If you want to be a part of the network, type network, text network to 954-554-6755. Text the word network to 954-554-6755. By the way, for those of you who are just tuning in, this is my financial health show, and we are thankful for each and every one of you. Yes, ma'am. Ask God for wisdom. That's right. With money, create your own wealth. Learn how to make money work for you. And yes, we want to be able to work with you all so that we can create a whole system where we will all be able to eat good, live good, because everybody should. That's a part of our right. That's a part of who we're supposed to be. I'm going to go ahead and take that little break again. And when we come back from the break, I'm going to talk a little bit more about how life looks today. How does life look today? And are you wholly discontented enough to make a change, to start something new, to connect with something new, to brand something new, to create a commonality and a universality that we're able to now be a resource with the source that we have of God providing for us. Kingdom Network. Type the word network to 954-554-6755. By the way, Happy New Year, everybody. Thank God for y'all. And this is my financial health show. I'm Dr. Nikki V. Lives do change right here. Dum, dum, dum. Thanks again, Angela, for being on. Change it. For me again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it. Change it. Fix it. Again. Come on, Lord. Do it again. Yes, 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 yes. We need God to do it again. And we want you to be with us as we go through what God is getting ready to do through us and with us again. Thanks again for tuning in. This is my financial health show, and I am Dr. Nikki V, and lives do change here. And we do thank God for each and every one of you tuning in. We're talking today about Kingdom Wall Street or Kingdom Network, and we want you to be a part of the network. And if you want to be a part of the network, text the word network to 954-554-6755. That's 954-554-6755. We are going to build a team that God is going to do some great things with, and we would love for you to be a part of that team. Hopefully, you will be able to manage it and you'll be able to be with us. We do thank God again for each and every one of you tuning in to the broadcast, and we're excited because God is doing great things, whereof we are indeed, and we are excited. Now, what we want to do is we want to look at how life is looking like today. And first thing we talked about is the fact that finding a job is easy. However, or it's easier, the amount that you make at a job may not be as great, right? So you may not really be able to make the kind of money that you need to be able to survive. The other part, of course, is that about up to half of their monthly income, most people, is on paying bills. More than half of what you have to live on goes to bills. Most people. So what do you have left over to save? What do you have left over to live off of? What do you have left over? Right? How do we correct these problems? And I want to help you correct these problems with this Kingdom Network, with this Kingdom Wall Street, where we become the backbone of building up and restoring families, restoring people, helping people bring themselves back. Now, you find out that newly minted college graduates are finding it tough to even get into the first rung of their employment ladder. So you went to school, you did all that stuff that they told you to do. You have graduated summa cum laude, and you graduated valedictorian, or you just graduated top of your class. You are in the top 5%, and yet you are struggling to find a job. Struggling to get on the first rung. Struggling to make it through. Not quite getting the finances that you need in order to, not understanding how money works. And then more than 44 million Americans are paying off those student loans that they spent so much time developing to try to get money, in order to try to get a job, in order to never be able to really pay them, because the accumulated debt now totals 1.3 trillion. The only thing that's bigger is mortgage debt. And with the average recent graduate owing $37,000, right? Most people, that's not really their annual salary. So you're owing at least a year's worth of money for education that you found out now you can't use. That's a sad state to be in right now. It put you in a bad place. So many of you say, well, what Nikki V are you saying we should do? What is it that you're insinuating, or what are you alluding to? What are you trying to tell us? I'm trying to tell you that the employee-employer system isn't working for most of us, right? Some of us it works, but it's not working for most of us. It's time for you to be your own boss. Be your own entrepreneur. Get your own business. And then somebody say, oh, wait. Do you know how much it costs to get started in a business? It costs a lot of money. I don't have that kind of money. You just went over the statistics. You know we don't got no money. Well, what if I told you that I have a plan? For the month of January, I've got a plan that initially is going to be like really small potatoes to start. Less than $100. Less than $100 to get started in your own franchise. What would you be willing to be a part of the network, knowing that you can start a franchise for less than $100? Start your own franchise. Begin your own business. Become your own boss. Be trained and mentored by people who are making it in the business, who are actually doing well in the business, who are actually striving and getting ready. Because, yeah, I know. You said, well, this is great, but I don't have the knowledge. Don't worry. OJT. Mentorship. Internship. We'll show you as we go along. And the last one, which is the one that keeps most Christians out of being able to do what God has for them, and that's fear. And most of us don't fear God, because if we feared God, we would do a lot better. We just fear the stuff that we know, the stuff that we are familiar with, the stuff that can hit us now. We don't fear God. We fear that stuff. God's like, listen, do you understand me? I want you to have wealth. I desire for you to have great wealth and great power. And instead of you experiencing the greatness that I have for you, you're being bound by the fear of your own idea of inability, because you're not incapable. God has given us great strength and great ability, great power. We're very intelligent beings. He's given us the power to get wealth. But we sit on it. We don't act on it. We take what we think is the easy way out, only to find that it's the long way in. Broad is the way that leads to destruction, but narrow is the way that leads to salvation, and few there be that find it. If you're one of the few that is finding it, this makes sense to you. You're hearing this, and it's quickening your spirit. You're feeling like, I need to be a part of the network. I need to make that investment, that less than $100 investment, to begin my journey to financial independence, to financial freedom, to holistic freedom, to be able to be built up and strengthened. If that's you, text network to 954-554-6755. That's 954-554-6755. Now, I thank God for all of you all who have been texting and have been contacting. Some of you are like, she hasn't contacted me yet. I am going through the numbers. I am. And I'm grateful for all of you that I have reached. And I'm grateful for those of you who I have connected with. And we will get back with you. And we're going to develop and we're going to work with you. The numbers have been quite amazing. So many of you have indicated your interest, and we want to build. And so we're going to start putting things together, putting teams together, getting things together so we can really build this kingdom Wall Street. Be a part of the Kingdom Network. Text the word network to 954-554-6755. I'll get to know you, you'll get to know me, and we will work together as a team, building a network, building a franchise, building the kingdom, building the satellite where people can find holistic well-being and power. Well, look, it seems like my time has definitely come and gone, and it's time for me to get on out of here, but we thank God for you all. I'm going to close you out with the upbeat version, but we thank God for everybody tuning in, and next time, this is my financial health show. I'm Dr. Niki V, and lives do change here. Everybody should do good. Everyone connected to me is blessed. All right, guys. The word, the text, network, 954-554-6755. Let's build it.